Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Raj. I want to share my insights how to solo travel to Rome. Rome was a surreal experience. Today my co-host will ask how I managed to travel on my own.
Hey Raja, the first question I have for you is what inspired you to visit Rome and how did you start planning your trip?
A friend of mine, she was going to Rome, and I said to her, let's make a trip together. And I also wanted to go to a city where I lived 50 years back, which was sort of like my bucket list. And I also wanted to challenge myself so that I can go on a trip without planning right away, like no planning, and just leave Toronto and just be in Europe and travel around Europe. Rome train station.
Question is how far in advance did you book your flights and accommodations?
Surprisingly, I planned it just the day before. I had the plans to go to Europe, but it was just last minute ticket buying. I bought the ticket on Monday and I left on Tuesday to Rome from Toronto.
What was your primary goal for this trip? Relaxation, exploration, or cultural immersions?
My primary goal was to visit a city where I lived a long time back. And also I wanted to start a YouTube channel where I can share my experiences with the community audience who want to know more about Rome. The Roma Termini, the main train station of Rome.
Did you need a visa to travel to Italy and how was the process?
No, Canadian citizens don't need a visa to travel to Italy. And everything was just very easy. You just go over there and they just stamp your passport and you just go through immigration. Stop recording.
How did you budget for your trip and were there any unexpected expenses?
Well, I had a budget of $6,000 for the whole trip, and for the Rome, particular the city, was around about $1,500 as my budget, 1,500 Canadian dollars.
So what was your unexpected expenses?
I didn't incur any unexpected expenses as everything that I planned came out to under my budget. Hop on, hop off buses right next to the terminal. Let's see what is going on now. Return. Trying to go to the Fontana di Trevi. Another 2.5 kilometers. I gotta walk 11 minutes. Stop recording.
What's the best way to get from the airport to the city center?
Land at Leonardo da Vinci International Airport, also known as Fumico FCO Airport in Rome. There is a train going from the airport right to the city center. Bought the tickets for the Roma Termini, which is a terminal station right in the city center, and I bought the return ticket from the airport, so I didn't have to buy the ticket and at the station coming back. And it was a 32 minutes ride from this airport to the city center to Roma Termini.
How much did this cost?
The cost was around $20 Canadian for the return ticket. Go ahead. Going to the train station right now. Let's check out what train station. I'm hoping I'm going to reach the train station. Stop recording. Okay, I'm at this train station and it looks like this is the train going to... Going to
C'è qualcosa che non fa, forse l'ho messa
Excuse me, is this the train going to the Roma Termini?
Yeah.
I just go in?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ma dietro era un gatto.
Okay, looks like I'm in the train. The seats are quite comfortable, or leather seats, and enough leg room. I got one carry-on bag and one backpack. Going to Roma Termini. Stop recording.
Is public transportation in Rome tourist friendly, or did you prefer walking or taxis?
So mostly I use, I walked and I use my Uber app. which is what I was familiar with. The public transportation is good only if you are familiar with which stop to get off at, and also before going to Rome, I found that there is a lot of pickpocketing going on in the city. So I was also concerned about that aspect, as to not lose my camera gear or any of my valuables while I was there. So I stick to walking and Uber rides.
I know, like in Italy, Rome, it's euros, but is it like how much is the pricing in compared to Canada to Rome in Uber apps? Is it the same pricing or the pricing is different?
I think the Uber apps were like 1.5 times. So if a ride costs $20 over there, it'll cost you $30. So it was more expensive.
Did you use any transportation apps or maps that were particularly helpful?
Well, of course, Google Maps is definitely helpful, and the transportation app that I used was Uber, and the other apps for airline flights were Booking.com and Expedia.com, which were my first two go-to apps.
So is Google Maps were really like for example, you're in Italy, right? So how about the language? Is it everything in English, or like it was really hard to read in the Google Maps?
It is hard to read in different countries, because the maps may not be familiar to one, even if it's in English. I think my phone translated everything in English, so that's how it was. But if you want to change the language, I think you can change it to Italian. That is what I think is possible. Okay, looks like I'm getting near to the Fountain di Trevi. Mercedes Benz. Store. Anthony.
Which major landmarks or attractions were on your must-visit list?
So my major go-to places were the Fountain di Trevi, and the place that I lived 50 years back in Rome, where I went to school, and the place where I live. Those were the main places to visit.
What was your favorite off the beaten path discovered in Rome? Is there anywhere like you just like and not taking the right path, like going on different directions and finding something discovered in Rome?
Oh, my favorite path was going back to my childhood place where I lived. I saw the balcony and the front door of the building from outside. I was waiting for somebody to come out so that I can maybe try to go in, but nobody came out at that time. I was wandering around for like a few minutes. I took some pictures and videos, and I walked further down where was our playground, where me and my friends, we used to go on a hillside to play, and I went up that hillside and checked out. It's more more like a jungle right now over there. It's not kept anymore, and there was not any children playing over there. But that was the beaten path that I wanted to see. That was on my bucket list, and I even walked further down, and there is now a highway connecting to that place. So it has changed a lot in those 50 years.
Is there any fondest memory of your childhood in that place now?
Definitely. The friends I wanted to meet, but I went to the building where those friends used to live, and I asked a few people, but nobody knew about them. And there was all the names on the bells. They were unfamiliar names, so I couldn't access. You can't go to any other building in those areas anymore, where you can just walk into a building. And so I was stuck outside the building trying to figure out how I can contact anybody. Looks like a never-ending alleyway. Some gelato ice cream. Oh, I think I know this shop. I can hear the water. And now we are at the Fountain di Trevi. But I couldn't.
Did you visit any local markets or shops that stood out?
Well, the shops that I visited were not too many, because shopping was not on my list of doing things in Rome. My thing was sightseeing and walking around in Rome. So the places that I went to that I bought some food is the Roma Termini, the train station terminal, which had lots of shops in there. It's like a shopping center right over there. There were many people, hundreds if not thousands of people walking around in that area, and I just walked around for a few minutes and waiting for my train back to the airport.
So is there a lot of touristy local markets there? Is there a lot of people buying a lot of goods like in the touristy places?
Well, I don't know about people buying goods, but there were thousands of people near the Fountain di Trevi, and that will be in one of my videos that you can see walking around in Rome that I shared on my YouTube channel.
Would you recommend making time for day trips or focusing solely on Rome?
Definitely make a day trip on a bus. There's a hop-on, hop-off buses. You can see one bus going past me in my video to Rome, and those are very, very popular. And I would definitely suggest somebody who is going to Rome to take one of those trips. Me, I stuck to walking around, and I saw so many places, or so many ancient monuments and ancient you can say like buildings which were centuries older, and you cannot see that that easily just from the top of the bus. So you have to walk around and see those places.
So those bus trips are like city sightseeing. They're
Yeah,
like-
city sightseeing buses, just like you have in Toronto. You can go on the bus, you can get off the bus, you buy a ticket for the whole day, something like that.
Face any travel challenges like language barriers or navigating the city?
Oh, surprisingly, I did not face any challenges. Most of the people at the train station, they spoke English quite well, and at the airport there were no challenges. And the places where I went to, like food stalls, they could communicate okay in English. So the only places that I thought that I was missing the communication part was the Uber rides. I took 2 Uber rides, and both the time I felt that the drivers, they either kept to themselves or they did not say anything. I just saw my ride on my Uber app where I'm going, so that they don't take me to the wrong location or something like that.
Yeah, I think it happens when you go to a new location. Even when I was traveling to China, like when I take like the Uber apps or like the traveling apps, they don't usually talk because of the language barrier.
Yes, that's.
But but like they're really good. Like when you hop on, they make sure that they.
Oh yes, the courtesy, the how they treat the customers is excellent, but there was no communication as in Rome in the Uber rides.
Just beautiful. Stop recording.
So one mistake you made that future traveler can avoid traveling to Rome.
Oh, the one mistake that I thought was you definitely need to give more time to the city center. The city center has so many places to see, but the thing is, you're traveling from Toronto to Rome, you're tired, you want to relax. So my trip was like a day trip, and I left the Rome the same day. So I definitely give that one mistake that I did. It actually wasn't a mistake, because I was supposed to meet somebody in Germany the next day, the very same day actually, not the next day. The very same day I was supposed to meet. So I took a flight from Leonardo da Vinci Airport to Munich the same day. So definitely have enough time, maybe a day or two, and a third day for going to the Colosseum. I would suggest that definitely have 2-3 days to do the sightseeing in the city area.
How safe did you feel in Rome, especially in crowded areas?
Oh, I felt very safe. I was very careful also regarding my phone. I didn't want somebody to just snatch my phone and run away, because that is something that you definitely need to watch out for. My wallet was in my backpack, and that is how I kept myself safe. But alternatively, I felt very safe in Rome. There was not a single incident where I felt unsafe. So friendly city, people are nice, and a safe city. That's it. just be careful about traveling on buses and trains. That there you can have some incidents of pickpocketing.
Yeah, Raj, thanks for being here and being patient and answering all our questions. But before you go, do you have any final thoughts or recommendations for your viewers?
Oh yes, don't plan it like I did on the go. I left the very next day, and definitely have at least 3 days for the city center. Looking around and trying to see as many places as you can. You need at least 3 days, if not more.
Looks like a never-ending alleyway. From gelato ice cream. Oh, I think I know this shop. I can hear the water. And now we are at the Fountain di Trevi.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, or comment on this video. And also, if you want me to travel to some other places, also you can leave that in the comment section.